Let's see if they can keep up this momentum. And they're off. Then coming in 704 bursts out of the gate, taking an early lead. Okiyoki from Team Racing Potatoes is right on their tail. Looks like they've got some spud power behind them. Sabine 27 and Sir Ironbottom ain't too far behind, staying close and biding their time. This could get spicy real quick. Okayoka 3 continues to lead in the Lamborghini Diablo SFV, closely followed by Tenka Minin 704 in the Pagani Zonda C12 Toro. The gap between them is minimal as they navigate through the turns. In 6, Gary No Name has successfully overtaken Huggard 3, gaining a position with a well-timed maneuver on the straight. Meanwhile, Snooki has made an impressive move to P9, overtaking R40 from Team S1s, showcasing good speed and control through the chicane. The race dynamics are heating up, as positions are changing quickly. Tenkaminen 7 Hoa has taken the lead, moving into Pone after successfully overtaking Okayoki 3. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for 6 between Gary No Name from Team Also, No Name Racing and Huggard 3, with neither driver giving an inch. N29 Kia has gained position as well, climbing up to 14 by overtaking Woo Serious Guy. The race is heating up. Hey there, Rizaldi Adha. Haradi Popper, welcome back to the chaos. We've missed you. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the race. Checkered flag popcorn. Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro have successfully moved up to Pfauer, executing a clean overtake on both Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 and Nukembukim have advanced to Pate after overtaking Snooki. Additionally, Amundsen and Amy have gained positions, now sitting at 17 after getting past Speckman. The race continues with these dynamic shifts in positions. Mamigi has just taken a wider line coming out of the last corner, which gives Amundsen a chance to close the gap. As they approach the straight, Amundsen accelerates strongly, utilizing the Diablo's power. They are side by side now. In a bold move, Amundsen dives into the inside line at the first corner, edging ahead of Mimigi. Amy, in the other Lamborghini Diablo, is closely trailing, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any potential slip-ups. As they exit the corner, Mimigi aggressively tries to reclaim the position, but Amundsen holds steady. Amy is keeping pace and looks ready to pounce if either of them falters. They head into the next sector, where Amundsen maintains the lead, while Amy is positioning herself to challenge Miggy. The battle for 16 continues to intensify as they navigate through the upcoming turns. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to P2, overtaking Okayoki 3. The competition is tight as all three are locked in a fierce battle for that second position. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot are maneuvering their Pagani Zonda C12, while Okayoki 3 is behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Diablo C2. The dynamics look intense as they jostle for track position. Target 3 has successfully overtaken both Captain Potato and 1999 September, advancing to far. The maneuver was clean, showcasing precise timing and strategic positioning. Meanwhile, Captain Potato drops to 5, followed closely by 1999 September in 6. The competition remains tight as the top positions are still highly contested. Hey someone! Party Popper, welcome back to the stream. We've missed you zooming around with us. Buckle up, it's about to get wild. Automobile dashing. Away. Hey there, Marfuugumke. Welcome to the stream. Party Popper. We're watching some intense racing action featuring AI-driven cars in a racing simulator. You can cheer for your favorite drivers and talk to me by just saying, "Hey Amy!" Grinning face. With smiling eyes, don't worry if you're new. We have a great community here, and I'm here to help you. Enjoy the races. Checkered flag. Hey there, Omar. Glad to have you here. How's it going? Ready for some racing action? Maybe your Diablos just need a little pep talk. Come on guys, tell them to step it up. Racing car dashing away. Gary No Name has successfully moved into 6th, executing precise overtakes on both Famaka and Alex Kosmanov. The maneuver was clean and strategic, showcasing Gary's calculated driving style. Famaka and Alex are now in 7th and 8th, respectively, as they look to regain their positions. The race continues to intensify as the drivers jostle for better placements. Assetto 112 and New Kembakan have successfully advanced to P7 after executing a clean overtake on Gary No Name. Meanwhile, Short Today and the U12 have climbed up to P19, following their maneuver past Neotexum. The race continues to see some dynamic positioning changes as the drivers push for better standings. Snooki has made a significant advancement, now occupying P9 after successfully overtaking Air 40. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Goofish are both closing in on our R40, reducing the gap by 2.8 seconds. The battle for positions is heating up as the race progresses. Neotexum remains in the lead but is being pursued by XL and Susan Greenberg, who have managed to close the gap significantly by 38.2 seconds. In the meantime, Okayoki 3 has made a notable move up to P3, successfully overtaking both Captain Potato and 1999 Setembrado. The dynamics are shifting as the chase intensifies for the top positions. N29 here has successfully moved up to P12, completing an overtake on Feds. Meanwhile, Feds and UU John 7 are engaged in a close battle for P13, both cars jockeying for position as they navigate the track. The dynamics between these two are intense as they push each other for that critical spot. Amin-san has made significant progress, closing the gap to Wazirius by 2.2 seconds. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, we see Turbursa overtaking Speediman on the inside line, gaining another position. Up front, Wazirius is maintaining their pace, but Amin-san's consistent lap times suggest an imminent challenge for the lead. The dynamics are shifting as the drivers strategize for upcoming turns. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut are currently gaining on Hugger 3 from Team Nafgum Kings, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Famaka is in a strong position to make an overtaking maneuver soon, while Alex Cosmonaut continues to maintain pace right behind. The battle for position is heating up as they approach a tight corner. N29 Kia has successfully moved up to P11, executing a clean overtake on both Duff Dad and Goofish. The maneuver showed excellent timing and precision. Meanwhile, the top 5 remain stable with no significant changes in their positions at this moment. The race pace continues to be strong as we approach the next lap. Hughes Johnson has successfully advanced to 13 after executing a clean overtake on Waziria Sky. The maneuver appeared seamless, with a strong exit out of the previous corner enabling the pass on the straight. Meanwhile, the top 10 positions remain tightly contested as the drivers strategize their moves. Neotexum is gaining on shorter TE and Meal12, reducing the gap significantly by 10.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Darktimon and Maya have made a notable move up to P19, successfully overtaking both shorter T and Miu12 in the process. The dynamics are shifting as Neotexum continues to close in on the front runners. Target 3 from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in 5th place, closely pursued by Issy 1212 and Nukembokum, both in their Ferrari 288 GT Tos. The 3 cars are engaged in a tight battle for position. Meanwhile, Derry No Name has successfully moved up to 7th place after overtaking both Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut. Now Gary No Name, Famaka, and Alex Cosmonaut are locked in a heated contest for the 7th position, with all 3 cars vying for an advantage. Hey Twitch 5'd. Party Popper, welcome back to the racetrack. Ready to rev up some fun and watch these AI speed demons? Buckle up. Racing car dashing away. Duff Dad and Goofish are currently in a fierce pursuit of Air A40, having closed the gap by 3.4 seconds in the last segment. F40 maintains its position but will need to defend against the advancing duo. Up ahead there's a clear possibility of an overtake if Duff Dad and Goofish can maintain this pace. The tension is building as they approach the next turn, which could be critical for positioning. Neo-Texum has significantly reduced the gap to Dartiman and Maya, now trailing by just 2.1 seconds. Dartiman is holding onto a strong position in second place, while Maya remains in third. The dynamic between these three is intensifying as Neo-Texum pushes harder. Overtakes could be imminent if this pace continues. Teds and Uju John 7 are currently locked in a tight battle for 13th position, with both cars showing strong defensive and offensive maneuvers. Meanwhile, Neo-Texum is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Dartiman and Maya by 2 seconds. This could set up an interesting situation if he continues to close in on them. Sabine at 27 and Sirarenbot are currently side by side in their Pagani Zonda C12, both vying for the second position. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 is closely trailing in a Lamborghini Diablo SV, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on their battle. As they approach the next turn, 7 at 27 takes the inside line while Sirarenbot holds the outside. It's a tight race, and Okayoki 3 is positioning himself for a potential overtake if the two ahead make any mistake. The tension is building as they head down the straightaway, with all three cars maintaining high speeds. No overtakes yet, but the competition is fierce. Gary No Name has successfully advanced to 6, executing a smooth overtake on both Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut. Meanwhile, the battle for 7 is intensifying with Famaka, Alex Cosmonaut, and Huggard 3 engaged in close racing. Snooki is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Huggard 3 by 3.9 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for that position soon. Sabine 27 in the Pagani Zonda C12 has just executed a clean overtake on Sirarenbot, moving into P3 twine. Meanwhile, Ision 1212 in the Ferrari 280 is closely trailing, creating tension in the battle for that podium position. Nukembakum is maintaining pace, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes from the battling duo. The dynamic between these four cars is heating up, with each driver showcasing their skills in this tight contest. Issy 1212 and Nukembakum have successfully moved into P3 after overtaking 7 at 27. and Sir Ironbot out of cut. Meanwhile, Shorty Tree and Mu12 have advanced to P20, overtaking New Texum in the process. The race is seeing some dynamic shifts in positions as drivers push for the best possible standings. Captain Potato and 1999 September have made significant moves, now holding fire after successfully overtaking Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot. Their strategic maneuvering has paid off, allowing them to gain crucial positions in the race. The battle for P3 is heating up as they close in on the leaders. Currently, XC Val and Suzanne Greenberg are making significant progress, closing the gap to New Texum from Team NAF Gunkings by 36.8 seconds. The two cars are coordinating their efforts effectively, indicating a possible strategic plan for an overtaking attempt. As they approach New Texum, the dynamics of the race are set to shift if this pace continues. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot has successfully moved up to Plive, overtaking Gary No Name. Now, there's a fierce battle developing for that position. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot are driving a Pagani Zonda C12, while Gary No Name is in a Lamborghini Diablo. Sweet. The competition is tight as they jockey for position on the track. Gary No Name has just made a move on Famaka, slipping past on the inside line and gaining 6. Famaka is now trying to recover, but Alex Cosmonaut is right behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The gap between Famaka and Alex is narrowing as they approach the next turn, with Famaka defending aggressively. This three-way battle for 6 is heating up as they head into the final sector, showcasing some skilled maneuvering from all drivers involved. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut have successfully advanced to Seven, executing a clean overtake on Huggard 3 from Team Nafgum Kings. Meanwhile, Feds is gaining ground on Duff Dad and Goofish, narrowing the gap by 2.7 seconds. In P20, New Texum has moved up, overtaking both Shortite and Mu12. Air 40 from Team S1 has successfully moved into P9, overtaking Snooky in a fierce battle. The Vector weight is showing impressive performance against the Pagani Zonda C12 Dewey. Meanwhile, EOS John 7 has gained a position, now holding P13 after passing Feds from Team Also No Name Racing. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push for better positions. US John Sivan has gained a position, moving up to P12 after successfully overtaking both Duff Dad and Goofish. This maneuver showcases their strong pace and strategic driving. The battle for positions is heating up, as the cars continue to jostle for better placements on the track. Amina-san and Amy has successfully moved up to 15, overtaking Wazirius Guy Doi. The battle for 15 is heating up, with Amin-san and Amy in a Lamborghini Diablo, Sev closely trailing Wazirius Guy in a Shelby Series 1. The dynamics between these two cars are interesting. The Diablo's speed is evident as it tries to gain an advantage on the straightaways, while the Series 1 is maneuvering well through the corners. The race continues to showcase their skills in this close encounter. Amin Sandami has made a notable move, advancing to 14 after successfully overtaking Feds. Feds is now engaged in a close contest with Waziri Sky from Team No Name Racing for 15. Feds is piloting a Lamborghini Diablo SV, while Waziri Sky is behind the wheel of a Shelby Series 1. The battle for position is intensifying as they navigate through the track. Currently, Gary No Name has successfully moved into 5 after overtaking both Sabini 27 and Sir Ironbot. The battle for that position continues to intensify, with all three drivers pushing their limits. Gary No Name is piloting a Lamborghini Diablo SV, while Sabin 27 and Sir Ironbot are in a Pagani Zonda C12 V12, making for an interesting dynamic. Meanwhile, there's a tight contest brewing between Feds and Waziri Sky for 15. Feds is also in a Lamborghini Diablo SV, matching the model of Gary No Name, while Waziri Sky is maneuvering a Shelby Series 1. Both pairs of drivers are showcasing their skills as they jockey for position on the track. Eminson and Amy have successfully advanced to P13, after executing an overtaking maneuver on Duff Dad and Goofish. Meanwhile, Feds has gained ground as well, moving up to 15 by overtaking Waziri Sky. The race continues to tighten as positions shift further down the field. Dark Demon and Maya are gaining on Miggy, reducing the gap by 16.1 seconds. XC Vowel and Suzanne Greenberg are also making significant progress, although they are still 454.7 seconds behind Shortiti and Newitwell. In a strong move, Okayoki 3 has taken the lead, overtaking both Issy 1212 and New Kambokum. The dynamics are shifting fast as the race continues. N29 Kia has successfully moved up to Pate, executing overtakes on both 727 and Sir Ironbot. Use John 7 has climbed to P11 after overtaking Air40. Neotaxum has advanced to P19 by overtaking Doctorman and Maya Darte. The competition is tightening as the drivers jockey for position. Currently, XC Vol and Suzanne Greenberg are gaining on Shorty QT and Miyut Welv, reducing the gap significantly. Speckman has successfully moved up to 15th position after overtaking both Duff Dad and Goofish. The dynamics in the midfield are intensifying as these positions continue to shift. My Miggy has significantly reduced the distance to Steckman, now just 5.3 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 has made a notable advancement, moving into 5 after successfully overtaking Tenkamin 704. In response, Tenkamin 704 has regained momentum, moving up to 6 by overtaking both Isiwana 12 and New Kimbakum. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues to unfold. Doctorman and Maya have successfully moved up to P19 after executing a clean overtake on Neotexum. Their positioning suggests they are finding better traction as the race progresses. Meanwhile, Neotexum will need to regroup and strategize for a potential counterattack. The dynamics in the mid-pack are tightening as drivers look for openings. Shorter 8 and Neo 12 are now within striking distance of Neotexum, reducing the gap to 37.3 seconds. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut have executed a successful overtake on Hugged 3, moving into P22. Meanwhile, Hugo F3 has regained some momentum, overtaking Tenkamen and 700, and 4 to secure P3. The dynamics are shifting as the race progresses. Issy 1212 and Nukambokum have successfully moved into 7 after overtaking both Sabinet 27 and Sir Ironbot Totoro. This maneuver has pushed Sabinet 27 and Sir Ironbot back to Pate, but they managed to reclaim their position by overtaking Gary No Name, who's now dropped to P9. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. Tenkamin 704 has successfully made a clean overtake on Huggard 3, moving up to P3. The gap between them was minimal, and it looks like Tenkamin 704 executed a well-timed maneuver at the apex of turn 3. Huggard 3 is now in Fowler, trying to regroup and maintain their pace. The top two positions remain unchanged for now. Okiyoki 3 has made an impressive charge, overtaking 4 cars and securing the second position. Following closely, Issy 1212 and Nukemba Chem have also advanced, each moving up 4 spots to claim third place. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Sirarambot are not far behind, executing a similar strategy to rise to 4th position, overtaking 4 cars as well. The battle for the top spots is intensifying as these cars push their limits. N29 Kia has made an impressive charge, moving from P18 to P11 by overtaking 7 cars in quick succession. Ishyun 12 and 12 and Nukembokam have both advanced to P2 after successfully overtaking Okayoka 3. Meanwhile, Famaka and Alex Cosnot are catching up to Gary No Name, reducing the gap by 4 seconds as they push for position. The dynamics of the race are shifting rapidly with these maneuvers. Duff Dad and Goofish are making significant progress, now closing the gap to Feds by 42.3 seconds, as they strive to advance their position. Captain Potato and 1999 September are actively battling with ER40 from Team S1 for C7. Captain Potato and 1999 September, both in a Lamborghini Diablo SV, are applying pressure on ER40, who was piloting a Vector weight. The competition is intensifying as the race dynamics shift with these close encounters. Tenkamin 704 maintains the lead, but Isyana 1212 and Nukembakim are gaining ground, reducing the gap to 2.1 seconds. Snooki has successfully overtaken Huggard 3, moving up to P9. The battle for P9 continues as Snooki in the Pagani Zonda C12 faces off against Huggard 3 in the Lamborghini Diablo Safety Tool. Both cars are closely matched, with Snooki holding a slight advantage at this point. N29 Kia from Team Also No Name Racing has significantly reduced the gap to Huggard 3, now trailing by just 2.7 seconds. The pace is picking up as N29 Kia increases speed, likely preparing for an overtaking maneuver. Meanwhile, Hugot 3 is maintaining a steady pace, but may need to find additional speed to fend off the challenge. The dynamics are shifting as N29 Kia continues to close in. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut have successfully closed the gap to Sebene27 and Sirironbot by 2.1 seconds. They are now just a few car lengths behind, putting pressure on the drivers ahead. The dynamic is heating up as they approach the next turn. It will be interesting to see if they can execute an overtake in the upcoming lap. Meanwhile, Sabine27 and Sirironbot are maintaining their pace but need to defend against the charging duo. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut in the Lamborghini Diablo SV are currently locked in a tight battle with Sabine27 and Sirironbot in the Pagani Zonda C12 for 5th position. Famaka and Alex have just managed to pull ahead slightly on the straight, but Sabine27 and Sirironbot are right on their tail, looking to capitalize on any mistakes. The Zonda is gaining ground as they approach the next turn. It appears they're planning an overtake here. Famaka and Alex will need to defend their line. Entering the corner now, it's going to be a close one. Air 40 has significantly reduced the gap to Sabine27 and Sirironbot, now just 2.1 seconds behind. The pace seems to be picking up as Air 40 is showing signs of strong acceleration. Meanwhile, Sabine27 maintains a solid position, but will need to defend against Air 40's advances. Sirironbot is also in the mix, keeping a close watch on both competitors in front. The dynamics are shifting as we move deeper into the race. Area 40 has successfully moved into 6th, executing a clean overtake on both Sabine27 and Sirironbot. The battle for 6th remains intense as Area 40, in the vector weight, holds off the challenge from the two Pagani Zonda C12 drivers. The dynamic between these three cars is tightening, with Area 40 maintaining a slight lead but under constant pressure from Sabine27 and Sirironbot, who are closely tailing. Positioning and speed will be critical as they approach the next corner. Hugget 3 has successfully moved into P9, executing an overtake on Suzuki. The two cars are now locked in a close battle for that position. Hugget 3 is in a Lamborghini Diablo CB, while Suzuki is piloting a Pagani Zonda C12. The dynamics between their different vehicle performance characteristics are interesting to watch as they jockey for track advantage. N29 Kia is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Suzuki by 2.4 seconds. The pace is picking up as N29 Kia approaches the final turn, maintaining a consistent speed. Meanwhile, Suzuki seems to be stabilizing their position, but will need to defend actively if N29 Kia continues this momentum. The dynamics between these two cars are crucial as we move deeper into the race. Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro are now just 3.2 seconds behind Subina 27 and Sir Ironbot, making significant progress in their pursuit. Meanwhile, Shorty A and the U12 have advanced to position 20 after successfully overtaking Neotexum. The race dynamics are shifting as these competitors push for better placements. N29 Kia is now just 2.2 seconds behind Suzuki, making significant progress. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, Car 47 has overtaken Car 15 on the inside line, moving into 5th place. Car 88 is also showing strong pace, keeping close to Car 77 as they approach a tight corner. The top three remain steady, but N29 Kia is definitely building momentum. N29 Kia has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Suzuki by 3 seconds. The pace is picking up as N29 Kia consistently gains ground. Meanwhile, in the middle pack, we have a fierce battle for position, as Car 42 attempts to overtake Car 17 at turn 5, but is unable to complete the maneuver. In the lead, Car 1 maintains its distance ahead of the rest, but Car 3 is closely tailing at just 1.5 seconds behind. The dynamics are heating up as we approach the final laps. Keep an eye on those tire strategies, they could play a crucial role in the coming moments. Darktiman and Maya are gaining ground on my Miggy, reducing the gap by 4.1 seconds. They are now positioned just behind him, setting up potential overtakes. The dynamics are shifting as they approach the next corner. Keep an eye on their strategies as they close in. Okayoki 3 has significantly reduced the gap to ISI 1212 and Nukem Bokum, now just 2.1 seconds behind them. Meanwhile, ISI 1212 is maintaining its position in front, but appears to be struggling to shake off the pressure from Okayoki 3. Nukem Bokum is holding steady in second place, but may need to watch out as Okayoki 3 continues to gain speed. Dynamic racing unfolding as they head into the next corner. Okayoki 3 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to ISI 1212 and Nukem Bokum by 2.3 seconds. The positioning is tightening as they approach the next corner. Okayoki 3 is now just behind them. ISI 1212 maintains the lead, but must defend against Okayoki 3's advancing pace. Meanwhile, Nukem Bokum is closely following, ready to capitalize on any potential mistakes. The dynamics of this trio are shifting rapidly. Neotexum is closing in on Darkdaman and Maya, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Currently, Darkdaman holds the second position, while Maya is just ahead in first. Neotexum's speed and maneuverability seem to be giving him an edge as they head towards the next turn. This could set up a potential overtake if he continues this pace. The race dynamics are shifting as the trio approaches a tight corner. Let's see how this plays out. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into P2, executing a clean overtake on ISI 1212. Meanwhile, Nukem Bokum has dropped back to power as a result of this maneuver. The battle for the top positions is intensifying as the lead remains within reach for the competitors. Gary No Name has successfully moved into power, executing a clean overtake on both Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut in quick succession. This has tightened the competition further up the field. Meanwhile, the top three cars are maintaining their positions, with no major changes occurring there. The race continues to unfold with increasing intensity as the drivers strive for optimal positioning. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot have successfully maneuvered into 6th position, executing a clean overtake on Air 40. The move appeared strategic, utilizing the slipstream effectively before making the pass. As they continue, the gap to the 5th place car is now just a few seconds, setting up potential further action ahead. One serious guy in the Shelby series, one has taken a defensive line as they head into turn 5, closely followed by Feds in the Lamborghini Diablo, Svitchivot. Feds attempts an inside move but is unable to complete it, maintaining his position behind Wazirius Guy. They exit turn 6, with Wazirius Guy managing to hold off the challenge, but Feds is right on his tail as they approach the straightaway. It's a tight battle for 13 as they accelerate down the straight, each trying to gain an edge for the next corner. Air 40 has successfully moved into 6, overtaking both Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot in a quick maneuver. The current battle for 6 now sees Air 40 in the vector weight facing off against Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot, who are both piloting Pagani Zonda C12s. The tension is palpable as they jockey for position. Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot have just pushed ahead to take 6 after an impressive overtake on Ara 40. The two are now in a fierce battle for position, with Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot piloting a Pagani Zonda C12, while Air 40 from Team S1s is driving a vector weight. The competition is tight as they jostle for track dominance. Captain Potato is now just 2.4 seconds behind Air 40, making significant gains. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Goofish have advanced to 15 after successfully overtaking Wazirius Guy. The race is tightening up as positions shift. Gary No Name has just made a move on Famaka, pulling ahead into Pfawer as they exit the final corner. Alex Cosmonaut is closely trailing behind, looking for an opportunity to slipstream past both drivers. Famaka responds, attempting to retake the position on the inside but can't quite make it stick. And Alex Cosmonaut is now in a prime position to capitalize on any mistakes. The three cars are tightly packed, maintaining high speed down the straight. Gary No Name holds the lead in Pfawer, but the battle is far from over. Wunzerius is currently holding the 5th position, but Speckman is showing impressive pace, reducing the gap to Wunzerius by 3.2 seconds in the last lap. The battle for 5th place is heating up as Speckman continues to push hard. Up front, the leader maintains a steady position, while the cars in 2nd and 3rd are locked in a tight, with only a half second separating them. No overtakes have occurred yet, but tensions are rising among the mid-pack competitors. Short today has gained significant ground on Neotexum, reducing the gap from 5.1 seconds to 1.9 seconds over the last lap. Mute Velvet is also closing in, now just 2.5 seconds behind Neotexum. The battle for position is heating up as they approach the next turn. Overtakes could be imminent if they keep up this pace. Air 40 in the vector weight is currently holding off Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro. Both racing in the Lamborghini Diablo C55. They are closely positioned, with Captain Potato attempting an overtake on the inside as they approach the first corner. 1999 Setembro is keeping pace right behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. Air 40 maintains a narrow lead, but the pressure is mounting as they exit the corner. Captain Potato is alongside now, side by side with Air 40. This battle for 7 is heating up significantly. Air 40 has successfully advanced to 6, overtaking both Sabina 27 and Sirironbot. The vector weight is currently gaining ground as it engages in a tight battle with the two Pagani Zonda C12s. The dynamic between Air 40 and Sabina 27, along with Sirironbot, is intensifying as they jockey for position. The race continues to be competitive as these three cars push their limits on the track. Snooki is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Hugger 3 by 3.1 seconds. The distance between them is now narrowing, suggesting Snooki is finding pace and could be setting up for an overtaking maneuver soon. The pressure is on Hug 3 as they approach the next sector. Sabina 27 and Sirironbot in the Pagani Zonda C12 are closely tailing Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro, who are in the Lamborghini Diablo CLB, all jockeying for position at 7. Sabina 27 makes a move on the inside, trying to overtake Sirironbot. Meanwhile, Captain Potato maintains a defensive line, blocking off any potential overtake attempts. The gap between them is minimal as they enter the next turn. 1999 Setembro looks to capitalize on any mistakes from the Zonda duo. The battle is intense as they push their limits. N29 PA from Team, also No Name Racing, has significantly narrowed the gap between himself and EU Jean 7 from Team Live for Speed. Now just 5.3 seconds apart. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 is making progress on Tenkaminin 704, cutting the difference down to 2.1 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. Captain Potato in 1999 September have successfully moved up to Pate after executing a clean overtake on Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot. Meanwhile, Sabina 27, Sir Ironbot and Snooky are engaged in a close battle for P9, with all three cars jockeying for position. The dynamics in the mid-pack are heating up as they fight for every inch of track. Pilot 3 has successfully moved up to 7, executing a clean overtake on both Captain Potato and 1999 September. This advancement puts Hugo 3 in a strong position as the race continues to unfold. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and 1999 September will need to regroup and strategize for potential counterattacks. The race dynamics are shifting as positions tighten in the midfield. Okayoka 3 has taken the lead, overtaking Tenkamen 704. Tenkamen 704 is now in second place with Isioni 1212, and Nukembukem closing in, reducing the gap to them by 10.9 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions evolve. Keep an eye on Isioni 1212 and Nukembukem. They are gaining momentum and could challenge for a higher position soon. Okay, we have some significant movement in the race. Issy 1212 and Nukembukem are making a strong push, now just 4.5 seconds behind Okayoki 3, which indicates they're gaining traction quickly. In the battle for positions, Gary No Name has successfully overtaken both Captain Potato and 1999 September, advancing to 5. This leaves Captain Potato and 1999 September now in 6. As they maneuvered past Hugo 3. The dynamics are shifting as drivers are strategizing their overtakes and positioning themselves for the next stretch. Car 40 has gained position and is now in pen after overtaking Snooky. Meanwhile, Snooky has moved up to P11, successfully overtaking both Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot. Aminsan and Amy are making progress, closing the gap on Sabina 27 and Sir Ironbot by 2.2 seconds as they push forward. Neo Texum is making significant progress, closing the gap on Dartman and Maya by 45 seconds. The distance between these three cars is narrowing, indicating a potential overtaking opportunity soon if Neo Texum maintains this pace. The dynamics of the race are shifting as they approach the next turn. Winziri Sky has made a significant move, advancing to 16 after successfully overtaking Speckman. The maneuver was clean and precise, showcasing excellent timing and strategy. Captain Potato, 1999 September, and Huggard 3 are closely matched as they enter the final turn of the circuit. Captain Potato makes a slight move on the inside line, attempting to overtake 1999 September, who defends well. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 is right on their tail, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. As they exit the turn, 1999 September has managed to hold on to 6, but the battle is intensifying. Captain Potato remains aggressive, while Huggard 3 is positioning for a potential slipstream down the straight. The next few moments will be crucial as they head into the first corner. Tenka in 704 has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking both Isya 1212 and Nukembokem. Bamaka and Alex Cosmonaut are now closing in on Isya 1212 and Nukembokem, reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. The positions are shifting quickly as the race continues to unfold. Huggard 3 is now just 2.1 seconds behind Gary, no name, applying pressure as they enter the first sector. Gary's defensive line is holding for now, but it's clear that Huggard 3 is gaining momentum. Overtaking opportunities could arise in the next few corners if Huggard 3 maintains this pace. Feds has significantly closed the gap on Amundsen, now only 2.4 seconds behind. The pressure is mounting as Feds appears to be gaining speed on the straights. Amundsen will need to defend his position carefully to maintain the lead. Meanwhile, Amy remains in a secure third position, but must keep an eye on the rearview mirror as Feds continues to push hard. Neotexum from Team Nafgong Kings remains in the lead, but is being pursued closely by Shorty T and Mayudwelth, who have reduced the gap by 71.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 and Nukambokenmukim have successfully moved up to second place, overtaking both Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. Used John 7 from Team Left for Speed is gaining on Gary No Name, reducing the distance between them significantly. The gap has narrowed by 38.6 seconds, indicating a strong push from Used John 7 as they aim to overtake. The dynamics are shifting as we observe this battle for position. Darkman and Maya are quickly gaining on my Miggy, reducing the distance by 2.2 seconds. The competition is tightening as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, my Miggy appears to be struggling with tire grip, which could lead to an opportunity for Darkman or Maya to execute an overtake. As they exit the corner, Darkman is preparing for a potential maneuver on the inside line. Tiger 3 has successfully moved into power, making a precise overtake on both Captain Potato and 1999 September. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and 1999 September have climbed to 5 by overtaking Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Used John 7 has significantly decreased the gap to Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut, now trailing by only 47.3 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as Used John 7's pace increases. Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut are holding their positions for now, but they will need to maintain their speed to fend off Used John 7's charge. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is starting to spread out, with notable gaps forming behind the leading trio. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into P2 after executing a clean overtake on both Issy 1212 and Nukembak Mdambakim. The maneuver showcased impressive precision as Okayoki 3 navigated through the tight corner, gaining significant speed on exit. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 and 12 now trails in P3, while Nukembakum drops to Pfawa. The top positions are now tightening, with Okayoki 3 eyeing the leader closely. Captain Potato and 1999 September have experienced a significant setback, dropping 6 positions and now sitting at Penbochi. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 and Nukembakem have successfully moved up to Pfawa after overtaking Used John 7. Used John 7 has also regained some ground, now in 5 after overtaking Gary No Name. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change rapidly. Captain Potato and 1999 September are gaining on Huggard 3 from Team Naf Gomkins, reducing the gap to just 2.9 seconds. This is a notable shift as they push for an overtake. Meanwhile, Figure 3 appears to be defending well, but the pressure is clearly mounting from behind. The dynamics of this race are becoming more intense as they approach the next corner. Currently, Gary No Name is in 5 after successfully overtaking N2090R. Gehischernsalidal Kalk. In 6 shirt after Musenta Ponte. N29K now holds 6, having overtaken Air 40. A40 is in 7, following an overtake on EU's John 7, who is now in P8. The positions are tightening as the race progresses. As we continue, No Texum has indeed closed the gap to both Darktiman and Maya by 2.8 seconds. Darktiman currently holds the second position, while Maya is just ahead in first. The tension is building as Neo Texum approaches their rear, which could lead to an overtaking attempt soon. No changes in position yet, but the battle for second place is heating up. Let's see if Neo Texum can maintain this pace and challenge for a position. Speckman continues to gain on Feds from also No Name Racing, reducing the gap by 45.3 seconds. The distance is now narrowing significantly as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, the rest of the field maintains their positions, with no major changes in the top 5. The dynamics are shifting as Speckman increases pace, likely setting up for an overtaking maneuver soon. IC 1212 and Nukembukan have significantly reduced the gap to Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut, now just 2.4 seconds behind them. This could set up an interesting battle for position as they approach the next corner. The dynamics are shifting as they gain momentum on the track. Let's see if they can maintain this pace and make a move. Hey Vale BSD. Welcome back to the raceway. Racing car dashing away, we missed you zooming around with us. Get ready for some AI racing action. Party popper. Hugget 3 has significantly decreased the gap to N29KA, now just 4.5 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Car Hash 47 is making a move on Car Hash 15, successfully pulling ahead as they enter the final turn. In the midfield, we see a tight battle between Cars Hash 9 and Hash 22, with Hash 9 attempting an overtake but unable to complete it this time. Up front, N29KA is holding steady but will need to defend against Hugert 3's advances. The race dynamics are changing rapidly as we head into the next lap. In 2019, Kia has made significant progress, climbing to P11 after successfully overtaking 4 cars, including Yu's 7 Touch. Meanwhile, Gary No Name is actively closing the gap on both Issy 1212 and Nokembokem, reducing the distance by 2.7 seconds. The race continues to be competitive as the drivers jockey for position. Gary No Name is now just 1.8 seconds behind Issy 1212 and Nukembokem, maintaining a steady pace. It appears he's found a rhythm, effectively utilizing the slipstream to gain speed on the straight. Issy 1212 has started to defend their position, making slight adjustments to their line. Meanwhile, Nukembokem is holding firm but may need to ramp up their speed to fend off Gary's advances. The gap is tightening as they head into the next corner. Hugged 3 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Air 40 from Team S1 by 2.1 seconds. The competition is heating up as Hugged 3 approaches, with a strong chance of an overtake if this pace continues. Meanwhile, other cars are maintaining their positions, but the focus remains on this developing battle for position. Dad has successfully reduced the gap to Yu's 7 by 2.2 seconds, indicating a potential overtaking opportunity in the near future. Meanwhile, Neo-Texum is also gaining ground on Doctorman and Maya, closing their distance by 2.1 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers are intensifying their pursuit. Captain Potato and 1999 September have reduced the gap to Hugged 3 from Team Nafgom Kings, Odysseys the 2.1 seconds behind. The pressure is mounting as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, Hero 3 is maintaining a steady pace but will need to defend aggressively if they want to keep their position. All 3 cars are now entering a tight section of the track, where overtaking opportunities can be risky. Captain Potato appears to be setting up for a potential dive on the inside line. As we continue the race, Gary No Name is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Issy 12-12-12 and Nukembukum by 4.3 seconds. Currently, Issy 12-12 holds the second position, while Nukembukum is right behind in third. The battle for podium positions is intensifying as Gary No Name gains momentum. Let's see how this develops. Car 40 is gaining on Gary No Name, reducing the gap to 2.4 seconds. The pace is intensifying as Car 40 seems to be finding extra speed in the corners. Meanwhile, Car 17 is holding firm in third place but is under pressure from Car 22, which is lurking just behind. Overtakes are becoming more frequent as the cars jockey for position. Car 3 has made a move on Car 12, successfully taking 5th place with a clean maneuver. The dynamics are shifting, and the drivers are pushing their limits. Target 3 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to R40 by 2.2 seconds. Snooki is closing in on both Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro, narrowing the distance by 2.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Neotexum is also gaining ground on Darkman and Maya, closing the gap by 2 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push to improve their positions. Snooki has made a significant move, reducing the gap to Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro by 2.1 seconds. Snooki is now within striking distance as they approach the next corner. Captain Potato maintains his position in front, but the pressure is building. 1999 Setembro is also keeping pace, holding steady but aware of Snooki's advancing speed. The dynamics in this pack are shifting rapidly. Snooki has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro by 2.8 seconds. This puts Snooki in a strong position to initiate an overtake soon if they maintain this pace. Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro need to respond quickly to defend their positions. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their gaps, with no major changes in the top 5 placements. Snooki has successfully closed the gap on Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro by 2 seconds. Currently, Snooki is positioned just behind them, increasing the pressure as they approach the next turn. The dynamic is intensifying with Snooki gaining ground quickly. Captain Potato and 1999 Setembro need to maintain their pace to fend off this challenge. N29 Kia has made significant progress, reducing the gap to 7:27, and Sirironbot by 3.7 seconds. As they approach the next turn, N29 Kia's acceleration appears to be stronger, which could set up a potential overtake soon. Meanwhile, N27 and Sirironbot are maintaining their defensive positions. But the pressure is building as N2090 continues to close in. Neo-Texum has significantly closed the gap to Darktimon and Maya, reducing the distance by 230 seconds. Darktimon currently holds the second position, while Maya is just ahead in first. The pressure is building as Neo-Texum continues to gain ground. Overtakes may be imminent if this momentum keeps up. Darktimon and Maya have successfully closed the gap on my Migi by 2.2 seconds. Currently Darktimon is in P2, while Maya is in P3, both pushing hard to overtake my Migi, who remains in Pone. The battle for the lead is tightening as they navigate the last sector. Updates on their strategies and tire conditions will be crucial as this develops. Duff Dad and Goofish are actively gaining or use John 7, reducing their time deficit by 2.1 seconds in the last lap. The two cars are positioned closely now, with an intense battle for the lead likely approaching. Use John 7 will need to defend aggressively as both pursuers escalate their pace. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their positions, but the focus remains on this developing duel at the front. Duff Dad and Goofish are now just 1.8 seconds behind US John 7, after another strong lap. US John 7 appears to be struggling with tire performance, allowing the two AI cars to capitalize on that. Goofish makes a move on Duff Dad for second place, but Duff Dad holds on. The race is tightening up as they approach the next corner. 40 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Gary, no name from team, also no name racing, by 15.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Famaka and Alex Cosmonaut are also gaining on Okayoki 3, trimming the distance by 2.1 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers tighten their pursuit.